The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hi everyone, Kevin here. Could I get a yes you can hear me from someone just in the chat? Just let me know if you can hear me. Yep, brilliant. Okay, that's cool. I didn't hear, usually the webinar says, usually makes an announcement. This webinar is about to start, but it didn't do it this time. Right, greetings everybody. I'm really excited about this. I don't know if you guys could tell from my emails, I'm buzzing about this product. I think the opportunities that this can have are really awesome. I mean, and I'm not just saying that just to say it because I know you guys have picked it up, but sorry, just a few people are jumping in there and after getting it right. So I just want to make sure everyone that picks it up, one person just literally bought it now, so I want to make sure that they can get in. So one sec. Yeah, I really have great hopes for this product. It's not mine, just in case any of you are wondering. It's a guy called Dave, and I think Mike is his name. And I picked it up on Friday, and the first one I made was my Mappy page, and it took me about 40 minutes to make, and then I made another one today, and it took me like 10 minutes tops. So now I did promise you all that I would make this for somebody, and I didn't so much as do names out of a hat. I had names on a spreadsheet, and I just scrolled the page up and down, closed my eyes and clicked. And Carly Lewis with his hand up, I can see the little hand icon there. Carly, your name came up. So sorry to everyone that sorry to the rest of you, I should say, and congratulations to Carly. But look, guys, it's not difficult. It's a piece of cake. I should say. I really think this is a great product. Right, just going to show you here. We'll kickstart. Kevin, I have to drop off. Is this being Jim? Yes. Just to let everybody know, this is being recorded, and just to confirm, so you can see. I don't know if you can see that box that I've just pulled into the window. It says stop recording on it, so I'm not going to press that because it is recording. So today I was come back from a meeting and I pulled over, and it was this actual truck. It's actually it's the trailer part of a kind of a bigger vehicle that you know obviously delivers groceries and all that type of stuff. And too dark to read. Yeah, it is a bit dark. The iPhone camera isn't great, so I'm just going to zoom right in and hopefully you can see it. So this was on the side of the road, and what the place is a outdoor pursuits. So they do clay pigeon shooting, archery, horse riding, that type of stuff. And it was only after I picked up the product on Friday that I was able to kind of put two and two together. And I had already passed this place over the weekend, but I was actually back there again today, and I made it my business to pull over and take a photograph. And can I just get a yes if you can see that? You can make out the writing. Okay, cool. It says abbeyfieldfarm.com for those of you that are finding it difficult with the dark screen. The camera on the iPhone isn't great for me, unfortunately. So it got me wondering over the weekend, why would someone stick a big giant domain name on the side of a truck and then expect people to drive on, get to the office or go home, and then remember to type it into their desktop computer when they get there? Now, my betting is the person put that truck there because they realized that there was a lot of traffic on that road. So they wanted to capitalize on the number of cars on the road and put the big truck with the big URL on the side, hoping that many people would see it. And yeah, many people will see that sign. But what this person doesn't realize is that many people will see it. There could be 50 people sitting on a bus driving past. There could be a bus going past once every 10 minutes, full, 50 people every time. All have the opportunity to see that. All of them, all of them will have a phone. Some of them, maybe half of them will have a smartphone. But the thing is, when you type that into your smartphone, you'll realize that it's not mobile friendly. It's the full-sized screen where you have to navigate around. So that got me thinking as to a method straight away. I mean, when you see these on the side of the road, if it's safe to pull in, do so. If you've got an iPhone, I mean, I have an iPhone and I have an iPad, so I'm going to always check it on that. I'd tap in the URL and I'd see what the screen looks like. And if it looks bad, well, then I know that it's an opportunity now to do a mobile website. So this got me thinking even more. Now, hopefully, first off, I just want to say I spent about an hour last night looking for this place on Street View, and I couldn't find it. So I made sure I got around to take a photograph of it. So just the idea of using Street View I thought was great until I realized that the photographs were last updated on Street View. It looked like 2010 maybe. I don't think it was in the field then. So I was going up and down on Street View, click by click, in the part of the road where it should be, and I couldn't see it at all. But for those of you that know that there would be these trucks in the area and have been there for quite some time, particularly if it's getting late in the evening, maybe just open up Street View just to play around, see can you see any of these. Now this isn't Street View, this is an actual photograph. Remember, I couldn't see this on Street View because the truck wasn't in the field then when the Street View car went past. So that got me thinking. First off, someone on the side of the road. But then what else? What about when you go to a restaurant, when they have the restaurant advertised on the menu? Take out the phone, put in the menu, put in the website of the restaurant, and see what comes up. I mean, honestly, I can see that there is so much potential to mobile. I never look. A lot of you know I've been into Bluetooth marketing a lot, but this is another thing altogether. This is, I never put much weight behind mobile marketing, and it wasn't until I was out there experiencing it myself that I realized that, wow, a product like this really can open doors for you. So just before we kind of get into the whole, going over it, how I make it, how I made the website, and we're going to use Carly. Carly, if you want to just message me, if you've got a potential business you'd like to make this for, just message me here on, send me a private message on this chat thing, and with the URL of the website, and that's what we'll use in this demonstration. If you don't want to do that, let me know, and I'd leave it open to somebody else. But your name did come up, so that's why I'm asking you now if you want to. So just with a show of hands, how many of you have actually started using the product and maybe come up with some different angles? I mean, if you want to share what you've discovered here, this is a perfect. There's only there's about 25 of us on the call so far, so we're a small enough group that if you want to share something, we've all bought into the product, so I'm sure it's not. No one's going to run away and steal ideas. But look, I don't know, whatever you want. But I'm happy to share anything I think about with you guys. Okay, Jim got it. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Jim just picked it up today. Yeah, I know a number of people did pick it up today as well. And I know a number of people did pick it up but aren't on this call at the moment for some reason. But look, it's being recorded, so that's the main thing. Okay, Carly, do you want to use your own site, or would you like it to leave it open to somebody else? It's up to you. Look, you want to use your own site? Okay, thanks. You're okay then, because we're going to be using this as a demonstration so people can see it. So has anybody made anything yet? other than obviously myself that you've seen what I was doing. I'm just curious, has anyone else tested it out and you know got some feedback for me, or would like to share something? No? Okay. Well, we'll keep going then. Let me just bring this up here. Just reading some of the comments here, guys. Yeah, it is like an it is like an accordion, and the way it folds out and all, and you know, hey, look, what can I say? I actually think it's really, really cool. It sits beautifully on the iPhone. My friend has a Samsung I don't know what it was, a Samsung something or other. It was quite similar to the iPhone, and it looked great on his phone. Yeah, if you don't have an iPhone, what do you do? I mean, you can bring your laptop with you and you can log in. There is an emulator where it will allow you to preview it. Let's have a look. I'm going to open up the one that I was looking at today. So if you don't have an iPhone, guys, or an iPad with you, your best bet is to bring the laptop with you. And there is a preview button right here. If I press this, it's going to obviously load up the website to what it would look like within a iPhone. So that's, Rav, for those of you that aren't familiar with what it looks like, it does actually look very much like pretty much what we're looking at here. Except I have these little expandable buttons here, so as it more information comes out. Connect with us. All of these are directly linked back to the company's correct information, and obviously the place map as well, position as well. Yes, important question there. Chris has just asked. All these sites are hosted with Go Local Mobi. Yes, they are. Now, the thing I want you to know is they don't need to be. If I just bring up my other one here, if I bring up bluezone.e/m. Now remember, I'm using this on my desktop, so it doesn't look like it should look on a mobile phone. This is actually hosted on my own site. So, you know, this isn't hosted on their server. But it's a good point. If you want to continue to use the service over time, well then yes, you are going to require a subscription to their service. But, you know, it's early days yet. I get out there, test the method. If you like it, keep going. I think it's like $37 a month, which you should easily be able to recoup on the first sale. That should pay for it for the year, really, I would have thought. Now, just so you know, I haven't sold this yet, but I don't see any reason why it wouldn't sell. Do you take sites with this? Yes. So if you decide, say, at the end of it, you've made all these websites and you don't want to stay with them anymore, well, then just, I mean, the software that they give us, they tell you to download. It's called HTT Track. It will actually download the entire thing for you. Look, I'll be honest, it's not quite I don't think it's as polished as it could be. But you know, it's still a very useful product. I mean, I'm sure there are other products out there that will have have a nicer interface, and you know, I would like to have seen a button here to say download entire website, but it isn't there. However, I was speaking with Dave today because I had a couple of questions I wanted to ask him, and he said to me that the next launch, he's releasing another version of this, but it'll have more bells and whistles, and everyone that has this version or is paying the monthly fee will get the new version automatically. So he's listening to what people have to say, just like how I was with Mappy. If people are asking for features, I'd always look to try and get them in. So he sounds like he's going to be around for the long term. So I'm happy to run along with it. I mean, look, I've still got 20 odd days left. According to this, 20 days till it expires. That's the $37 expires. But look, this isn't here. I'm not here to sell it to you. You've all bought it. But really what I want to do is I just want to kind of brainstorm some ideas, how I'm planning on using this. Maybe if any of you have any ideas, I'd love for you to share it with the group. You know, that type of stuff. So I'm just going to quickly, there's a lot of questions here, so I'm just going to answer them as we're going through. Jeff's just saying that other ones have bad rendering issues, but this one seems to match up perfectly. It does look good. I agree with you. I always make sure that I test anything out before I ever promote it to people, and I love this. So yeah, but you all know that at this stage. So Rav, just to clarify, if you don't have an iPad or iPhone, you'll bring your laptop with you. There's a preview button there. It'll load it up for you. I had only made the basic one. Looks good on the BlackBerry. Okay, so Jeff, it looks good. So Jeff's confirming that the BlackBerry and an Android phone, it looks good. Thanks for that, Jeff. Let's have a look. Do we take these sites with us? Yeah, just remember at the end of it, if you've made like 20 or 30 sites, you can just download them using that HTT track. It's just basically a software. I actually had that software about 10 years ago. Remember years ago when bandwidth was an issue? You used to have, remember there was an option to view web pages offline, and you used to be able to download the website and view it offline. Well, HT track does that. It'll download the whole thing for you. So can we download the code and put it on the subdomain? Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I did here with this one. I just created a folder on my Bluezone website, and I called the folder M, and I just dropped all the files in there. And what I'll do is I'll actually make it easier for you. I'll just show you exactly how I did that. I'm going to open up my FTP client here. Site manager, just one sec. I've got dual monitors here, so I'm doing something on the other screen. Bluezone. So this is my FTP client, and this is the Bluezone folder here, and inside the Bluezone folder, this isn't a subdomain, guys. This is just a folder called M. Now I can rename that folder, and I can call that webinar. Okay. Now it's renamed, and now I can go back here. If I press return, that's gone. It should be. Refresh that. Yeah, see, it's gone. So now I'll need to call that webinar. And now it's on the webinar. So these files are stored on my server. They're not with the guys from the 5-minute mobile creator. Let me go back. I just want to rename that back to mobile. And look, just to have a quick look in. There's the files there. So webinar, rename, and I rename that back to M for mobile. All right. Where do you prefer place to put a mobile site, in a subdomain or as a subfolder? Yeah, personally, I prefer to do this because I don't want to go in every time to make subdomains and all this type of crack. It just takes my time up, and I'm not bothered. I just rather create a folder and then do it that way. And what you can do, guys, is just to show you what I'm going to be using in future. I've bought a domain name called kevlikes.it. So Kev likes it, basically. Okay. It's not quite up yet. We're using a program called URLs. Basically, it's a URL shortener. So I'm going to be using this when I'm contacting people to say, hi there, check out the website, check out this domain name. I've made you up a mobile website. So I'm going to use Kev likes it. So just so as it'll redirect, it'll be nice and easy. Or I might just email it directly to Bluezone. I'm not sure yet. But but kevlikesit.com, I could do Abbeyfield Farm. Okay, that would be very clickable for the person I'd be sending that to. They'd be like, oh, okay, that looks good. So I'll just go back to this. Okay, so what we're going to do is, if there's no more questions for the time being, we'll crack on, and I will start using Carly's website. Clickonit.com. Yeah, my internet isn't too great here tonight, guys. It's pretty slow, so I'm sure it's going to have a knock-on effect with you guys seeing the screen. Nice looking site, Carly. So what I do here now is I look for a logo. Now, obviously, there's one straight away, Carly's logo at the top there. Only problem is, if I pull it like I'm doing now, you'll see that a phone number comes along as well. So I'm going to create a new folder on my desktop. I'm going to call it Carly. And then I literally just dragged that into there. So just to show you, I grabbed it like that, and I dragged it into the folder I created on my desktop. And in there, I've got my logo. Now, we're going to have to edit this logo. So I'm going to edit it with Paint. Now, probably, you know, if you probably won't need to do this, you probably won't need to go into as much detail as I am now. But this is what I'm going to do today. So I'm going to just cut out Carly's logo. I'm just going to go for the logo. Oh, wrong one. Now, I'm not too good at this, to be honest, in Paint. I have a graphics guy that does all this for me, but he's in bed. Right, so Control C. So I've copied that. Now I'm going to open up a new instance of Paint, because this is the only way I know how to do it. I'm going to paste it in. So there we've got the mobile logo. So I'm going to press save, and I'm going to save it in here. I'm going to call it, let's call it mobile logo. Mobile logo, save. Done. Job done, very easy. And what we'll do is we'll do the same with the phone number. Do we want to do? Yeah, let's do that. Now, you guys might be a lot better than me at doing graphics. I'm not that great. Usually, I'll be honest, I usually don't have to do this. Usually the logo is all as one, but we're getting there. And this is the phone number. Phone number. Okay, so we have that. So let's close these down. Now I'm going to leave your website open, Carly, because I'm going to need access to some of these things. Now, when you guys are prospecting and you're doing up these websites, hopefully you're going to see these icons on their website anyway. But what I'll do is, to speed things up, I open up a notepad, like here. I just put the mouse over. Now, depending on the browser you've got, if I put my mouse over the YouTube, can you see down in the bottom left-hand corner, youtube.com/click-on-it-mobile. So I'm just going to write these in now, because we're going to use these inside. So YouTube, so YouTube is equal to click-on-it-mobile. Then we've got Twitter. You don't have to worry about these equal symbols. I'm just doing it just because it makes it easy. Click-on-it-mobile. It's probably click-on-it for all of them, I'd say, is it? Click-on-it-mobile. And then Facebook Okay. Carly, just have a quick look here at your Facebook. You do have Click on It Mobile. Great. And a nice healthy number of fans as well. Well done. Click on It Mobile. Don't even need to copy that. I know what that is. I try. Good for you. Facebook equals Click on It Mobile. Right, so that'll do us. Let's now go over to the dashboard. Okay, this is the kind of the landing page where you learn everything. And I went through this on Friday, and whilst I was doing it, I was making up the first pages as I was going through. And really, I find it quite intuitive anyway. But there were one or two things I needed help from Dave with just to clarify a few points. But I got all the answers there. So let's go. We're going to go back to the beginning, pages. And we're going to create a new page. So you all have your own URL there. All right, mine says Internet Money. Yours will say whatever you've set yours up to be. So in this case, I'm going to put Carly. Your page name. Click on It Mobile. I don't do anything like this. I just left that there. Now I'm just wondering what we would use for Carly. Bit of black, bit of grey, lighter black at the bottom. So Carly likes blue. This blue here, or is it too blue? Will I keep going? The winter dusk, or the denim, or the frost, it's called, or agua. So there's 4 options there. If I right there, okay, agua. So I've pressed it and I press create. So look at that. It's pretty much laid everything out for you as kind of a template type of thing. So right at the top, I'm not going to change anything else here. I'm going to keep it within the same flow. I don't have a problem in letting people keep it the way it is. Sorry, Rav, what do you mean blue label? Now, whenever you want to change any of the the drink, blue label. All right. I was thinking that, or isn't that vodka or something? When you're starting this out, this is what you're going to see as kind of a template thing. Now, don't worry if there's some things on here you don't want, because if you don't, all you need to do is press the X and it'll delete them. Now, don't worry, it doesn't delete them from like the server. You'll never be able to use them again. It'll just delete them from this page. So what we're going to do is first, we're going to add a picture. Remember, we got that picture of Carly's logo. So I'm going to press the little spanner symbol. Okay. And I'm going to choose upload an image. And the image is mobile logo. And upload everything I've left as it is. I'm not changing anything. I'm leaving it as default. I'm not even going to give the picture a title or description for the moment. I just want to see how it looks first. If I want to give it a title, I can come back in and I click on it mobile. Now that doesn't go though, does it, guys? You know, you're looking at that and you're thinking, yeah, click on it mobile, click on it mobile, and then you have the company logo as well. So get rid of it. Try and keep, make it look good. I don't think it needs a title there. You've got the logo there. That's great. Just want to point out, and I was talking to Dave about this, actually. This was one of the questions I had. A lot of people talk about validation, and validation is like a score that's given to a mobile website about how compatible it is for, for things like, are the images tagged, this type of stuff, back-end optimization. I mean, the likes of that Abbeyfield farm, if you're on a bus and you're driving past and you spot that and you take out your phone and you type it in, does validation matter then? No. It matters for, optimizing your mobile website, but that's going against the purpose of what we're talking about here. We're talking about people with billboards who are trying to target people that are in the area there and then with their mobile phone. So, look, I'm no validation expert or anything like that. It's just my 2 cents on it. So do your own due diligence. If validation is something you're passionate about, then by all means do your own research on that. But for me, I'm certainly not going to get caught up and worried about it. So the text here, but before I put in the text, I want to put a phone number in there. Remember we made that image with Carly's phone number? So what we need to do is go over here on the right hand side, and what we've got here are loads of little, they're called controls. And all you need to do is just left click on the word of one of the controls. So I'm holding down my left mouse button on the word picture. I drag it across, and then still keeping the left mouse button held down, choose where you want it. And notice the purple kind of highlight from where the mouse finger is. And I'm going to make it go above text and below the logo, and it's in there. So now it's asking me to upload an image. I'm going to upload the phone number. So let's have a look. That looks good. Now, what if you don't want it there? What if you think that looks silly? You want it further down. All you need to do is press the down arrow. Look, down. Want it further down still. Why not all the way right down the bottom? There it is. All right, let's leave it there. Why not? Let's put another one in. Let's put another image. Put the same one in. Done. So now we've got 2 versions. That looks cool. Now let's see what else we could do here. Let's have a look at the website. Okay, he's got his Twitter here. Let's do his social buttons now. Very easy to do. Because remember, by default, they're already in here. Social bar. It's asking us for the URLs. So, and remember we wrote them down, and all of them were click on it mobile. So I'm just going to right click, copy, and I'm just going to add it to the end. I don't have one for LinkedIn, and if you don't have one there, don't worry, it's not going to leave a blank. It's not going to leave a LinkedIn logo there or anything. It'll only put one there if there is one there. But look, we can also add more. And then you give it the name. So for example, if it's, I don't know, Dig, or even the Google Plus, then the URL of where the profile is, upload an icon. Now, they didn't make that clear that was the icon part there. Look, I just want to highlight that again. I'm going to call it Google Plus. So I've just seen some questions here. Just 1 second, guys. I'm going to have a look at them. I just want to keep my train of thought here. Let's do it. Carly, do you have a Google Plus account yet? And do you know? Not yet, no worries. Oh, listen, if anyone does want a Google Plus account, there's a few of us on here that do have accounts. So I don't even know if you need an invite anymore. I think you can sign up. But for those of you that do want an invite and you can't get on, drop me a line and I'll send one to you. I'm sure there's others here that will do the same as well. So it's asking for the URL for Google Plus. So let's see. Can I get a URL? I don't know. I haven't done this yet, so this will be a first. View profile. I'm sure that'll probably just be my ordinary Google profile, will it? Oh, no, maybe not. continue to my profile. I don't know. I'm going to take well, I'm not going to put mine, but I'm just going to copy this and I'm going to see if I open it in a new page, does it go to my, it does. Okay, so maybe that'll work then. So for those of you that do have, it looks like that will allow you to go in that way. Where are we? Here we go. So www.googleplus.com. But I'm not going to put it in there because I don't have one. But you can add more social bookmarks there. But remember, this is a mobile website, so you don't want, you want the main ones up front. Then press save. Now, before I press that, I want you to see this. I think this is great. And it's this little button here that says collapse this section. I like it all collapsed. And like Jeff mentioned earlier, like an accordion type of thing. If you have that pressed, everything will be compact until you press the little icon beside the title and it'll open up. I like that. I think it looks cool. So I'm going to press save there. So there we have the 3 buttons. Send us a message. Now, this is just like if you wanted to do a contact us form on your website. So one or two things. If they're on your mobile, you can get them to send an email via that way. Maybe you want them to contact you using your social network that way. So it's totally up to you. Or maybe you don't want to leave any, maybe you want to remove it altogether and let them call you on the phone. Personally, I would probably leave it in there. Don't think we can compact this one though. Oh, we can. Great. And we don't want people to have to fill in all this type of stuff. So we just want them to give us, they don't even need, it's not a requirement to give us a phone number, but they have to give us an email address. Message is required. And I think that's enough there. There's my email address. So obviously, Carly, there we go. He was 2 steps ahead of me. Mobile services at clickonit.com. Click save. And look, we can collapse these all in so we can free some space up. So contact us bar, I think, is probably of no use because we've asked people to contact us in so many other ways. So I'm going to remove this, Carly. Now, what I like is the map feature. So let me just see, is your address published on the site? Contact us, as to say. No, there's no email, there's no website address, but look, that's sorry, there's no business address, but that's no problem. For those of you that are wondering, all right, we've just been given an email, given an address. So there's a map feature here. What this will do is it'll show up your business on the Google Map page. So how did you get to the Pages tool? Sorry, Suzette, I'm not sure I'm following you. How did you get to the Pages tool? This button here, the little mechanics wrench symbol. Okay, Jim, see you later. Don't worry, it's been recorded, so we'll have a copy of it. It'll take a few hours to process and upload, but it will be made available. Okay, I'm just going to move on with this map. I'm going to plonk the map. Let's put it at the bottom. Okay, so now it's Jim's given me his address. And 1425. It's a long address. You should live out in the middle of nowhere like mine. You'll just they'll get your post with just your name on it. Kennesaw. Hey, tell me if I'm doing this wrong because I'm not familiar with this at all. GA301 with your address, I should say. Oh, GA is the state, isn't it? Country. Let's just see, does it do anything with that? Is there enough information there? It doesn't like the zip. There we go. Now, Carly, I don't know if that address is spot on or not, so I'm just going to press the preview, and you're going to tell me whether you think that looks right. You got it now. Hey, that's great. I need glasses because I can't see that. Okay, so we've now got the map right at the bottom. Now, just to let you know, this map won't compact like an accordion. So that's the only problem really I have with that, with the map function, is that it will display openly on the mobile device. So that's kind of why I probably have it at the bottom, so it'll be the last thing they come down to. Okay, so let's put a bit of text in here. Let's tell people what you're about. And we're going to have it collapse as well. I just like that. So let's see what we can find out about Carly's Click on It mobile. Do you know what? I'll be lazy. I'll just copy it all, okay? And let's see first how it looks. Now this is just a little tip. Whether or not you want to do this, it's just something I always do because I've in my experience, whenever I used to copy text from Microsoft Word into, say, Front Page or Dreamweaver, it would always be formatted with that horrible Microsoft document formatting, and I always end up just pasting it into a notepad file, so it gets rid of all that formatting, and then it just leaves it in a very easy and manageable format. So I've just in case some of you don't know that, these shortcuts, I'm holding down the CTRL key, which is the bottom left-hand corner of my keyboard, and I'm pressing A. So just think of it, A for all. So, and then I'm keeping CTRL held down, and I'm pressing C for copy. Okay. So let's go back to the mobile. So here's our text, and then keeping CTRL V down, V pastes it. Now that's a lot of text, so it might be too much. Yeah, it's a bit beefy, to be honest. Let's try first paragraph. Yeah, I think so. We'll just put the first paragraph in. Save. So what we've done there is we've pretty much just made the first page, made it collapsible. So we're going to put just a title about a title of this collapsible thing about Click on It mobile. Kev, what are you doing? About Click on It mobile. Save. Oh, don't like that. Let's just say all about us. Yeah, that looks better. Collapse it away. Okay, so what I'd like you to know is that's just the first page. I'm now going to add navigation control, but there's no point in adding navigation control if we've got no other pages to add. So let's press save. Told you I had a slow connection tonight, guys. And I'm gonna, just for the laugh, I'm gonna press publish. Now, for those of you that have your iPhone, iPad, mobile phone handy, go to do you know what? Don't type all that in. That's a mouthful. Let me make that easy. Let's go to tiny.cc. I can't use kevlikes.it because it's not ready yet. So what are we doing here? That's silver, like internetmoney.mobot.biz/Carly. So internetmoney.mobot.biz/Carly. Make it tiny. Okay, that's tiny, but it's probably still a little bit awkward. Let's customize it. Let's call it actually, I'm not going to change it anymore. Hopefully you guys can see that. I'm going to open up Notepad. I'm going to paste it in, and we're going to zoom the text. View, format, font. So let's try it out. I have my iPhone here beside me. I'm going to have a look, and we're going to see how it looks. Now, I just want to point out that if I was here on my own, that would have been done in 5 minutes flat. I have to say, it's not difficult. I mean, that was pretty much a click and save button, click and save type of thing. For those of you that were reading through that thread on the Warrior Forum, did you notice the idea I gave about if you had a VA and you were having a meal in a restaurant, how quickly they could put this together? So by the time you'd finished your meal, they could have something to show. I actually think that I am actually going to try that out at some stage. I think it's an awesome idea. PY MH4. So my iPhone is so slow here. PYMH4. Go. Right, guys, it looks awesome on my phone. Click it on it, mobile. Phone number at the top, phone number at the bottom. Then when you expand it out. Anyone confirm how it looks? Site looks good, except it's a double width on a Nokia. Oh, that's a shame. Double width. So it's wider. It's going all the way across the screen. Is that right, Suzette? Thanks, Chris. Chris is saying it looks good in his Android HTM. You have to scroll across. You have to scroll across. Okay, that's a shame. Now, for those of you that have been through it, you'll notice that he does actually give some information about how to make this completely compatible with other mobile phones, and he uses a thing called WP Tap, which is a WordPress theme. So basically what you'll need to do there is purchase a domain name, install WordPress, then install WP Tap, and then you'll basically need to make a separate website for all the types of phones. So really it can become a lot of work that way. But I'm going to make a note of that you have to. Suzette, can you tell me what type of Nokia you're on there? Because I'm going to run this by Dave, because and that's a good phone you've got there. So Nokia E71. So basically, if you want to see, you have to scroll across to see everything, I guess. You have to move the finger across all the way to the left, all the way to the right to see all the text. It's not contained. Okay, so Eric's saying it looks good in his iPhone 4. It is contains if you scroll to halfway. Right, okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to see can we do anything with this phone number. A few of you are saying it'd be great if you could make it click through. So There's a link there. Does anyone know any HTML or any code that will call? Maybe we'll just put the number in. You know what? That's what we'll do. Let's put some text. Now, I haven't tried this, so it's going to be interesting to see, does it work? Let's call it click to call. Now, let's see, does it work? If anyone has any experience with this, I'd love you to share. Just needs to be text. Okay, cool. Let's give it a try then. Can I see that number there? 404 537. Carly, you're getting some great free PR here. 3144. Luck of the draw. No problem. Catch you later. Okay, I'm just going to press save there now. I didn't center. I want that to center. Let's bold it. And then let's press center. Let's press save. It's a little bit small. All right, guys, let's try it out on our phones now. Let's see, can we click through? Good question, Eric. I'm just going to cover that now in a sec. Eric's asking, do we need to buy a domain name? So I'm just going to test this out to see, can I click through? Oh, I can. Hey, that's cool. Thanks for that tip. Who was it? Was that Chris that gave me that tip? Carly, you're going to get loads of calls now. Thanks for that tip. Okay, guys, that worked very well. Interested, Suzette, if you can test that and tell me, does it work on your Nokia? It's a great brainstorming session we're having here. Click to call works. Click to call works on my Droid. So thanks for that, Chris. It's working for Chris on his HTC. Sensation. Okay, look, whilst Suzette is checking that, I'll touch on the whole domain thing. This is what I'm going to plan on doing. Now, it's totally up to you how you plan on doing it, but personally, I don't really want to leave the sites that I create up on up on the Go Local Moby. Not that I have any problem with them; they seem very upstanding gentlemen, but I'd rather have control, because earlier this morning I tried to use it, and for whatever reason this was down for about 5, maybe 10 minutes, and I wasn't sure whether it was me or whether it was a fault with the web page. But all I know is I couldn't get into this, so obviously something was down, and I felt I had to kind of wait. You know, there was that lack of control on my behalf, and I really like to have all my assets together. So what I'm proposing on doing is buying a domain name, and the domain name is going to be something quite generic, local to my area really, and it might be. I had a great domain name in my head over the weekend. Let me just see, can I think of it? Yeah, okay. I'll show you. Someone type in there, actually all of you, if you all want to just type in your local town there for me. Because remember, I'm just thinking local business here. So if you want to type in your local business or your local town, this is what I'm planning on doing. Okay, San Fran. Now, let's see. I'm going to select .mobi. So, Chicago. Now, hopefully, guys, if this is available, go out and buy it. Don't buy them from this website. This is an Irish one, and they're a little bit expensive. I've just been with them for years, unfortunately, and I'm kind of caught in with them now, so I'm not going to change. But you know, use GoDaddy or whatever. But I'll just use San Fran here first, and I'll type in a few more. San Fran. So this is how I would do it. San Fran on Mobi. So San Fran on mobile. All right. Okay. Good point, Rav. Who was in San Fran? Eric is in San Fran. Eric, you might have a buddy that wants to speak with you. There's a guy in San Fran called Rav, great guy. Wait, meet up, have a bit of a chat. Already own ChicagoMobi.com. Good. The click to call doesn't work. Thanks, Suzette, for letting me know that. So on the Nokia, doesn't click through. Click to call. Thanks, Suzette. I appreciate you doing that for me. So guys, look at this. San Fran on Mobi is available. Well, do you see what I'm trying to do here? I'm basically trying to say that it's like my area is Kildare, so Kildare on Mobi, so Kildare on mobile. I was going to get involved with the .tv, so San Fran on TV, Chicago on .tv, that type of thing. For me, I like Kildare on .mobi. But remember, this is only a, you know, you're not going to be selling this. This is just the landing page that you're going to be saving all your files to. So let's have a look at, Anthony has Cortland Manor, New York. So that might be a bit long. Would you get away with, Anthony, would you get away with calling the area Cortland? Or would it have to be Cortland Manor? No, okay. And I suppose there's obviously Cortland Manor in other parts as well. So Westchester, okay. So Westchester on TV. Westchester on Mobi. I mean, we know that the Mobi or Mobi is kind of designated for mobile phones. So really, it's a powerful domain name to have as a landing page, as kind of by the domain, and then off of the domain, put in /restaurants, /restaurant name. So and if you have one for, you know, if you spot an advert for a plumber, so have a plumber's directory, and inside the directory, then have the plumber's name. Remember, I'm not thinking of subdomains here. I'm just thinking of folders, not subdomains. I'm not going to get involved with subdomains. You know, it's very easy to right-click and create a new folder. I don't want to have to go into the cPanel to do a subdomain or anything like that when I could just do Westchester, when I could just do a right-click new folder. So for those, Eric that asks, what was I planning? How would I plan on doing it with a domain name? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to buy the domain name with .mobi at the end, and let's get up the notepad so as we can have a look at this better. So in my instance, Kildare on, or maybe just Kildare Mobi. I haven't checked to see if it's available yet. Kildare Mobi. So that's what I'm going to purchase if it's available. And then /restaurants. Right, this font is too big. Okay, and then /Greens is the name of a restaurant. So then I would upload the mobile website that belongs to Greens in there. And then we do the same thing. We would have / we could just have trade, like for tradesmen, / yeah, I think we're going to make too many directories there. Keep it. So let's go plumbers, then / Jimmy's Plumbers, for example. And then inside there, I would upload Jimmy's Plumbers mobile website. Hey, good man, Eric. Someone's just purchased it. What county is Kildare in? Patty, Kildare is actually a county in itself. There's 32 in total. Kildare is one of them. It's the neighboring county to Dublin. Don't go buying it on me, please. I better check, see if it's available. Um, so I like the idea of buying the domain name and then segregating it out as such, restaurants and then greens. So really, what I'm trying to kind of think, that Mayo, that's probably a bit further north for me. I was at a stag party there in February. Lovely part of the country, actually. I do enjoy it. I was in Westport, so it's a lovely part. Rained though, rained all weekend, unfortunately, but that's what you get when you come to Ireland. Um, Rain, even in summer. Anyway, I'm digressing. Yeah, now what I'd like to do is trying to brainstorm a few ways about how I'm going to try and make some money out of this, because it's all well and good us looking at it. Look, guys, this isn't difficult. It's relatively easy. You've seen me making a mobile website there. Takes a few minutes. You know, really, as long as you've got the graphics, it could take 3 or 4, 5, 6, 10 minutes tops to make one. So how do I plan on making money out of it? Well, the one that I made today, let me bring it up. Now, this one that I made this morning is the company that you see on the side of that on the side of that truck there. That's these guys. Now, it's always good if you can get in from someone that knows. Obviously, it's not always going to be the case. My local Chamber of Commerce president happens to know this family very, very well. And my first port of call, really, whenever I'm looking to get into a local business, is to see does, just because the introduction, obviously, as a referral is very important. And I asked Alan, did he know anyone inside Abbey Field Farm? And great news is he knows the whole family very well. So he's going to organize an introduction for me. I actually sent him the link to him to have a look at, and he thought it was absolutely amazing, and he thought it was great. Yeah, he thought it was great, to be honest. And he's organizing a meet and greet sort of thing. So I plan on saying to these people when I meet them is, great real estate space you've got there, nice truck in the field, really visible URL, and just wondering, had they ever considered a mobile website? And they're going to say not really, or maybe don't have the money, don't have the time. The usual kind of reactions you'd expect anyway. And then I'll go on talking about saying, you put that truck in the field because there's a lot of traffic that goes past. As you know, there's a bus that goes past every 10 minutes. And what were they thinking people would do? Do they think that people would write it down? Do you think people, would happen to have a laptop with them? No, I mean, if they were to check their stats, they'll probably find that a lot of their traffic comes in from mobile devices. And I'm sure that they probably will go and double check that after they've spoken with me, but I'm pretty confident that exactly how I used it. I saw that. I pulled over in a car park and I typed it in because I wanted to see because I'm actually very interested in clay pigeon shooting. I'm going to hopefully take it up, more of a regular. I do enjoy shooting them. It's been a while since I've done it, but I think it's a great hobby to partake in. So, yeah, so I checked it out. And obviously with the size of the website, I was pinching and zooming in and zooming out, and you know what it's like. And they didn't have a mobile website, so that's actually how I came to that idea. So there's a couple of questions coming in here. A QR code on the truck. Yeah, now most people in Ireland have mobile. Yeah, everyone has a phone. The reason why I would probably not be too keen on the idea of a QR code on a truck was simply the same reason why I pulled over to take that photograph. The response rate, or I can't remember what they call it, refresh rate or response rate of a camera the delay would be too significant enough, and it would probably blur out any value that you would get out of the QR code. But a very good idea, Paddy, and I think it would work very well if I was stationary or if I was walking and I could stop and do it that way. However, on the side of this was kind of geared towards a busy main road, and it wouldn't work unless now if it was at a bus stop, if there was a bus stop where I was pulled in, I think it could warrant some more investigation as an idea then. Any more questions coming in there about that? No. So what would I charge for this? Well, when I show the person the site on my phone, it'll be done for them already, but it'll be very basic. And I say a simple site like this, because I've done most of the hard work already, I'd probably look to charge maybe €300 for it. And obviously they're going to want to add changes to that, so I'd probably allow in maybe another 2 hours worth of changes, 2 hours. I mean, I'm not going to go and do any graphic design. I'm going to use everything that their own website has. I mean, don't forget, they've already got the information done for us because it's all off their website. So we're just going to take pieces of it, bring it together. Now, they could object and say they'll do it themselves. Go let them. They're not going to be able to do something as professional, in my opinion, anyway. I mean, I'm no mobile website expert, but I think it looks absolutely phenomenal. And if we find that it warrants creating a separate text-based site only for mobile phones that can't handle it, well then I'd probably look to do that. I'd need to know how to do that first, but I can't imagine it being any much more difficult than doing what we're doing here. So that's one angle, guys. When you're out and about on a road, look out for billboards, trucks, cars and lorries with advertisements on the side of them, particularly if it's a good quirky name, something that they feel is catchy. Obviously, if you don't do it when you're driving, but if you're a passenger, and it's safe, go for it. Okay, see you, Suzette. Thanks for coming along. The URL, yeah, sure. Hold on. The URL was AFF, Abbeyfield Farm. So that's bluezone.ie/AFF. Did you say lorry? Yeah, I did say lorry, actually. My apologies. Lorry is another word for truck. We call them lorries here, actually. Yeah, that's a good point. Lorry, not Lawrence, but Lorry. It's like a big giant truck. Let's see if I can get an image up for you. There we go. Pages look like will be about, we have 3 pages that we can create in the program. Yes. Now, you're asking how many pages can you create? And I spoke with Dave again today about that as well. He's upped it to 5 pages, okay? But realistically, you can make a lot more than 5 pages. And let me show you how you do that. I'm just looking for my... Just bear with me. I'm looking for where I put the pages. I'll open this up. Oh yeah, that's where it is. C drive. So many windows open. If I was on one monitor now, I wouldn't be able to do this. C drive, my websites. Okay. So when you download the whole website, you have one HTML file. Now, if I had made 3 pages, right, what I'll do is, sorry guys, I don't want to go off target here. I want to explain this properly. I've got 2 pages there, okay? So that means that my Local Leads Mastermind website has 2 pages. Remember, it had initially limited us to 3. So had I have made 3 pages, I'd now have a third one. What do you do if you want more? Simple. Right click, copy, paste. I've now got a new page. So you can actually make as many pages as you want. That was actually something I forgot about, and Dave asked me to point that out. That all you needed to do was create a new page that way. So whatever way he has his system set up, it originally only allowed you to have 3 pages, and then he upped it to 5, and then there's this method here which will allow you to have as many extra pages as you want. So don't get I think initially when you're doing this to kind of whet the appetite of the prospect, just do the 1-pager. Don't go in and get them, give them away all this free information straight away, because you don't want to do all you want to do some of the work up front just so as they can see it. And by the way, I think that's a really good idea. Do something up front. Let them see that you can do what you're talking about rather than talk about and then do. And give it that way, Sorry, where are we? So number 1, that's what I'm going to plan on doing with this one. I'm going to show them the website on my phone. Number 2, billboards. Look out for billboards. Any place where you're not at home, where you're not at your desk, you could be sitting in a hotel lobby. There's a networking place I go to where they use QR codes. They have little placemats on the table, and when you scan the QR code, it brings you straight into their ordinary hotel website. And it was only really since I've been putting 2 and 2 together in the last few days that I said to myself, well, that's clearly wrong. Why is it going to that and not going to a mobile website? So look out for opportunities. I mean, it's 11:15 here at night for me now, but it could be early afternoon for a lot of you. And if there's some of you on from Australia, it's going to be early in the morning, so you've got a full day ahead. So if you do have meetings lined up, or you happen to be going to a cafe or meeting someone for lunch, just kind of be wary of what way they're trying to advertise their URL. And particularly if it's written down, even at bus stops, they're actually a good idea. If you're at a bus stop and someone's advertising on the advertisements there, if they have a website, take out your phone and have a look, see where it takes you. Does it bring you to a mobile site? If not, and it's a small local company, might be an opportunity to make them a small brief website like this. Now, do any of you have VAs at the moment? Just curious. If any of you did have a full-time VA, I don't know what the rules are. I asked Dave, can the VA do it? Well, I asked it on that thread, and I don't think it's a problem, but I plan on training my VA up on using the system. I mean, there's no real training involved. It's quite simple. And when I'm out, I'll just drop her an email with the URL to go investigate and quickly render a short, small 1-pager like this. So as when I'm finished my meal or I'm finished my meeting, I can always go up to the host afterwards and say, hi there, I was just browsing the web and I noticed that you don't have a mobile website. So think about it that way. If you've got a son at home, if it's the holidays, or a daughter, show them how to do it. And maybe if you're out, quickly email them. I don't know. I'm just trying to be productive here, thinking of ways that might help you capitalize on an opportunity that might be there that you might want to miss out on. Now, alternatively, if you are going to a meeting and you have your laptop with you, well then, there we go. As long as you've got internet access, you can log in and do it that way. I think this is a great opportunity to make some pick up clients relatively quickly. Again, it's the opportunity factor. Can you find people that need it at the time? Look out for who's advertising. Really, just keep your eyes peeled. See what's about. Anyone else? Does anyone have anything to share? I mean, I don't want to drag on if I'm kind of rambling, because you guys know me by now. I do tend to keep going. So if anyone has anything to add, I'd love for you to share it with the group. If not, close it off. If there's anything I've missed, please let me know. All quiet. Everyone's shy. Okay. Let me see. Yeah. So just before we wrap it up, then, you're a good man, Charlie Brown. um, what's this? Is it wise to put a mobile button there, or can a device detect there is a mobile version of the site and just go there? Now, Rav, very good question. Could I just get a few people to tell me if they have actually, I know you all do. What am I saying? You've all got smartphones, iPhones, and mobile phones. What's what I'm going to do here? Okay, I'm going to type in bluezone.ie. That's just the main website. I'm on my desktop and it's gone straight onto the website. Now, if you typed in exactly the same thing on your mobile device, it's going to detect that your screen resolution is smaller than a certain size, and it will then divert you to the mobile website. Cool. All right, Jeff, catch you later. Everyone's dropping off now. So that's me on the desktop, and my resolution is bigger than a certain number of pixels, so it hasn't diverted. But if you're on a smartphone and you type the same thing in, it's going to divert you. So if I look at the source of this page, view page source is what I've just done there. This is something that was shared by Dave. This is the thing that changes everything. This is the thing that does the change of direction. So Rav, to answer your question, if I change that there, if I wanted to update my mobile website, if I wanted to put it to a new URL, I'd change that there. Either way, if it detects that the browser is smaller than 799 pixels, it will divert it to this one. Else, it will continue on and show the rest of the page. Does that help? Yep, cool, fine. Yeah, now Rav, you're right, because I know you don't have an iPhone, so you could use the emulator, unless anyone has a spare iPhone they want to give to Rav. It'd be nice, maybe. So that will divert that way. Use the emulator on the browser, because you'll probably bring in your phone with you anyway, won't you? So yeah, guys, I just wanted to say, for those of you, well done for picking it up. I mean, look, it's early days. I'm trialing it like the rest of you are. I'm very positive about this. I think it's a good product. It's not mine. I've promoted it, but it's not mine. I do like it. I love listening to the Brogue. Thanks, Paddy. I don't particularly like the interface. However, I do find it is very easy. There are a couple of difficult things, like I have to go in and use that HT track to download the website. But once you've done it once, everything is there in the dashboard. All the instructions are there on how to do it. So it's quite simple, step by step. What I suggest is just get out there, make up. If you're going somewhere for lunch today, type in their website on your phone first before you go. See if they have a mobile site. If they don't, bang, go for it. Just before we close off, I just want to make sure that you guys are comfortable with the idea of the mobile, of the redirect of the URL. If worst case scenario, this is what I suggest you do. Take down the URL, which is going to be this title here when it loads up on my computer. Internetmoney. This is obviously my one, but your own one will be different. internetmoney.mobot.biz/index, and then use tinyURL. So if you're meeting a client, customize the URL. Call it Green's Restaurant or Tommy's Takeaway. Just kind of customize it so it's easy to roll off the tongue, rather than internetmoney.mobot.biz. ABC, until you get your own kind of link cloaking thing kind of sorted out. Oh yes, actually that's another thing. For those of you that are thinking ahead and thinking about cloaking a link, don't, because it doesn't work very well. I've tried it. Cloaking a link basically means that I can put in, if you watch what I do on my screen here, bluezone.ie/AFF. Now, if I set that to Abbeyfield Farm, like it is, notice that the full URL becomes apparent. Now, you might say, oh, I don't want them to see that. So there's a thing called cloaking a URL. So it will always stay as bluezone.ie/AFF. And it will keep it hidden so we can't see it. Now, the only problem I've discovered is it makes it really small. For some reason, the whole website loads really small. So, and I've made Dave aware of it as a problem, so he's looking into it. So stick with the tiny URL. And anyway, they probably won't be looking at it on their mobile phone. But just wanted to give you a heads up in case you do try and think about the cloaking of URLs. I haven't had success with it, so I don't think it's working as it should. So don't do it. Try the URL shortener instead. Okie dokie. Before we go, any final questions? Well, if I send them then to my own redirect page. Becky, that's perfect. Send them to your own redirect page. Download the website. Upload it onto your own server. That's perfectly fine. In exactly the same way that I did there with that one. That's actually hosted on my own website, not on Go Local Mobi. That's on my own. Whereas this one is redirecting to theirs. Okay. Good night, Anthony. Thanks for coming along, guys. I'm going to close it off now. Anyone have any follow-up questions, you have my address. Drop me a line. And I'd love if any of you have any success stories with this, please share, because we're all in this together. We're all business owners. We're all trying to generate revenue, and I think everyone would love to hear success stories. So if anyone does have anything to share, let me know, and I'll be happy to share it with everyone as long as you're happy for me to do that. Okay, good night all, and thanks for listening to me. I'm going to go in and spend what's left of my night now with my wife, and I'll get the video processed and hopefully have it up sometime tomorrow. So good night to you, and talk to you later. Bye.